Many SDAs know, and many SDAs do not know, about a book called Questions on Doctrine, and the history behind that book. Now, that book was written in response, as the title implies, about questions on Seventh-day Adventist doctrine. Now, the book was written in response to evangelical Christians really questioning what it is that SDAs believe, since they were really in the early history had an anti-Trinitarian approach, different things in regards to Jesus being Jesus being Michael the Archangel, and of course the sanctuary doctrines. Now, the main leaders that were the Christian leaders who had the questions were Walter Martin, who was a great evangelical Christian apologist and had the original Bible Answer Man radio program and had written a number of books on the cult. So really the SDA leaders were quite afraid of making sure that that the SDA Church wasn't on his radar in a negative way. And Barnhouse, another great theologian who was really popular at the time. Now, the book was written, and George Knight had the following to say about this book. The authors at times push the facts a bit too far on such issues as Adventism's historic understanding of the Trinity, and they even present their data in a way that creates a false impression on the human nature of Christ. But given the desire to please and the importance of the answers, the volume overall is a remarkably courageous statement of the traditional Adventist doctrinal understanding. He also said, the issue of the complete atonement in many ways was a semantic adjustment made to enable the Adventist leaders in dialogue with Barnhouse and Martin to communicate their belief in the sufficiency of Christ's death. They felt safe in that approach, since they could quote Ellen White as essentially saying that the atonement took place on the cross. Thus, the authors of Questions on Doctrine could note in agreement with the evangelicals that Jesus had provided the sacrificial atonement on the cross, while still not yielding the Adventist understanding that the atonement continued in the heavenly sanctuary, where Christ applied the benefits of his sacrificial atonement. So essentially, both statements are stating that the people who wrote this book were misleading. Quick question for Seventh-day Adventists: whether you knew about this book or whether you didn't know about the book Questions on Doctrine. Why would you hold to a church that intentionally misleads people about their beliefs?